Let me get the stream up, then I will be on to talk to you guys. Right, what's up, guys? We're back here again. You get to hear my beautiful and luscious voice again. You had a 2-day break from me, and I'm back with Hanoi again. You know what? I still remember the corner names, so we're all good. My phone is absolutely blowing up for some reason because I'm just so popular, I guess. Oh, and it looks sunny as well. We have got Energetics here reserving for us today. Obviously, he is going to be a full-time driver in Division 2 next season, as he has taken off his racing line and will be sticking with no racing line. We have signed a clause in his contract, though, to move him up to Division 1 if he gets too quick or too confident with no line and starts dominating. But again, we've got Gobert Limitless back. He was General Gobert last time we did see him, and I did call him General Kenobi, but now he's Gobert Limitless. Probably TRL Limitless is long lost. We've got Mars here today as well. CDM JW Broken Arrow, he is another reserve, brand new to the league. We'll be able to see what he can do. I haven't really got any information on him to tell you guys. Mushroom's back as well, hoping he can get a good showing in as well. Aravic, Multi-Barrack, very, very consistent guys as well. DJ Death Dragon, Ashfrin. I am Sloth, another one of those drivers who did have a showing actually in GP1 on Thursday and managed to get a solid qualifying free. The race didn't go too well for him, but obviously he's going to be looking for more today, as this is the division he is kind of one of the quickest in. Maz obviously having a bit of a nightmare off the back of a good race in Baku in USA. Madden back here again. God, Kurt Boy. Then we've got Jonesy reserving it as well today. Ryan Van Doom is back. And obviously General Gobert as well. I'm going to pull up the track map for us so we can see who's out first. And it is a Renault of Mars. He is the first man out. And it does look like they've all decided to go out at the same time together. But I'm just trying to... Alright, so coming through the second mushroom, obviously I have remembered all the turns and all the straights, as this is the Toby straight, because it does have a little bend in it, as Robbie likes to say. So, yeah, we'll be looking to see. Obviously it's a completely unknown track in terms of pace, on what people can do. We had a brilliant race on Thursday, and hopefully these guys can match it. We do have a very good showing actually this week of 17 drivers. I think one gets knocked out at the end of this session, and then we will be losing a further 6, and then it will be qualifying 3. I do have hiccups, but here we go. This General Gobert does seem to be getting quite close to the back of Mars. I wonder if he'll be giving him the space after 8 to 1 and 2. But here we go. Mars rounded up for his first lap. Looked like he hit the wall, but I do think there's a little bit of lag, and he's all right. But we'll be looking. These guys will be looking more onto next season now, more than likely, as the championship has been wrapped up by FIFA Beefy, who has been absent for the last 2 races, but he has won the championship, as NUF1 did unfortunately have to leave the league, leave driving for the rest of this season due to getting a new job. So will be interesting to see that obviously Beefy in Division 1 next season, as he will be alongside 2 other drivers. I'm not going to be announcing those just yet, but I definitely know who they are. And obviously we will have some new guys in Division 2 hopefully, and more competitive hopefully, and just really every season we're just aiming to get these gaps closer and closer and closer until these guys are basically on top of each other the whole race. It's the main goal. And obviously we do need the quickest of Division 2 to be able to be bred into Division 1 drivers. It is basically the Formula 2 version of VIL. As here we go, Mars coming through, aids 1, then aids 2. Is he going to be able to set a good time? It does look like General Gobert is right up him though. So I do think, yeah, there we go, General Gobert with a 34.9. A little way off what the Division 1 guys were doing, but obviously we don't expect them to be matching that now, do we? As we are going to have, is that Energetics going to be coming across the line, see what he's going to be able to do. Will he be able to improve? He does a 36.9, so he's going to be the slowest of the rest, but obviously he has had that little bit extra practice in terms of race experience. As DJ Death Dragon is starting his lap. Maz is also on a lap. He's coming through the wine gum sector now, but his teammate Gods is just in front of him, coming through aids number 2. Now he's going to come across the line and he's going to actually go on to a provisional pole position by 6/10 of a second, sorry. And as Maz is about to come across the line, he goes into 5th place, just about a bit over a second and a half off his teammate. So he'll be hoping maybe for a little bit of improvement, but I do rate his helmet. As he is Mr. Racing Point. But I will just, we do have a Williams of Mushroom out on his outlap now. What are we looking at? There's now for Tauri going through, that's General Gobert, and Madden's now just spun on the curb. It's very, very easy to do, but that's Mushroom 1, and that's going to be his lap completely done. He's getting out of the way quite nicely for Mushroom just in front. Mushroom looks like he could have possibly been held up. I'm not too sure. In terms of lap time, I will have a look. No, he has backed off. A bit unfortunate, as that pit exit is very, very annoying for hot lappers. As it looks like it's getting a little bit messy around this area. This Mushroom is possibly going to load up, and that is DJ Death Dragon's whole part of his front wing coming off, but he does actually manage to go up into P4, so not too bad for him. And we do have an Alfa Romeo of I'm Sloth as well coming round. We'll be able to see what he can do, because obviously he is one of the quicker guys in this division now. We'll be looking at whether he ends up in Division 1, as he did show a very, very good showing and give a good account for himself in that division last week. So coming across the line, what's he going to be able to do? He goes into P2 with 34.7. Obviously Gods is a bit of a quali merchant as of late. Very, very good in qualifying. Seems to fall off a little bit in the race, but I'm off into a current P2 and they're looking pretty safe as of right now. Just wondering, is he going to go for another lap? Yes, he is. And Mushroom's going to load himself up for another lap and hopefully not get blocked off, as it does keep saying Gold but Limitless is the fastest time, but obviously it's not. This is actually a very nice amount of free air that Mushroom's actually getting. A little bit wide on some of these corners. Not completely hooking them all up. I'm just going to have a look. He is on a lap, yes. So a multi-barrack is actually retired from the session, thinks he's safe enough. Same with Mars. Don't think anyone's going to do any better. Well, Ryan Van Doom is actually retired from, though, because I don't know where that car went, but it's Serious Mushroom clipping that wall. Lucky to get away with no wing damage, but he's going to have lost quite a bit of time, especially coming onto this. Maybe could build up to a couple of attempts. He is just lost there in the grand scheme of things. Coming up to the horny hairpin though. Gonna come round here. Really want to get a nice exit, and he has overshot it a little bit. He's not had the best of laps, but it's obviously going to be better with what he has currently set. And here he goes, getting a decent little run through here, coming through the wine gum complex, and it's looking fairly alright. Nothing set the world alight, but he will be looking to get himself near the front, maybe in the top 5, as Ashvin's actually gone only a tenth slower than Gods, and it is actually exactly 1/10, and this Mushroom has improved on his time, but he is going to be the slowest around this track at the moment. His Broken Arrow's coming across the line, see what he can do, as he goes into a 1:36.9, so he will be currently placed in 12th place. It is a safe position at the moment, but who can tell? Jonesy's currently out on an out lap. Oh. Energetics has completely lost his whole front wing. Kurt Boys going has an invalid lap, and I just need to answer the phone, so I will be right back. Right, I am back. I've got a delivery on the way from my brother, and he's going to get me some sweets and drinks, so I have something to eat during this race. God, I feel parched, but we are going to sit on board with Jonesy coming through the Wine Gum Complex, the longest complex of any of our named corners. But obviously we don't have this track on next year's game, and do you know what? Thank God we don't. It's a grim track and no one actually really likes it, so there we go. And Jonesy's going to go into P11 and with a 36.4. And here we go, Kurt Boy coming across the line. What's he going to be able to do? Where's he going to put himself? He's going to put himself into P6 now. With a 35.470. We've got Freddie, for fuck's sake, he's here, saying that he's my biggest fan, and I'm sure you are. I am sure you are. Where are we? Do we have anyone on an actual lap? I'm just gonna... No. Gods, are you on a lap? No. As Gods has actually improved on his lap time, but not by much, less than a tenth. But that might just give him that little bit of extra confidence, as Maz is out on a lap at the moment, I think. Yes, he is. So we're going to watch him. Coming into Mushroom number 2. Is he gonna... How's he going to take this? He does do a cheeky little jump of those 2 curbs. Obviously, he can do that. And gets himself a very nice run out of Mushroom number 2, coming on to Toby Straight. I'm just wondering if he's going to be able to improve on his time. Maybe that's the reason he's out, because he's not too impressed. But FIFA Beefy's now joined, and he's going to have to pick up another car in the paddock, as his Alfa Romeo has actually been taken, but obviously he has been a little bit late. But any car will do. If he can get in and set a lap, then... And there you go. It hasn't been... Oh, yeah. No, sorry, because Broken Arrow did move. So Beefy has got his car of his Alfa Romeo and is now in the pits and could possibly get a lap in and put Mushroom in a bit of a danger zone, which Mushroom won't be too happy about, realistically. But here we go. Maz coming across the line and... does improve, I think, but not by a whole lot. So maybe doing the max of what he could possibly do. Just there. as Mars has also retired in the... He'd retired ages ago, hadn't he? Completely off of it. But CDMJW has retired in the pits as well, so he thinks he's safe. And is that Mushroom getting a little bit of a toe here? And is Beefy going to get out in time? Because if Beefy doesn't get out, he's going to have to start from the back. And whether he wants to do that or not, but I mean, it's not the nicest tracks to be behind people at. But coming down Toby straight now, it doesn't really look like Mushroom's actually been held up by Aravic all that much, to be honest. And he does seem to just be following him around. He does get that horny hairpin a lot better this time round, as Aravic does pull out the way and will come in to start the wine gum complex. Now, this is my favourite section of the track. A bit more complicated. You can lose the rear end of this if you don't get it all right. It does clip the wall there, but obviously keeping it all on track, keeping his front wing intact. He's going to lose a little bit of time, but nothing that will hopefully get him knocked out, as he does go into P7. That is going to be him safe for this second. It does look like FIFA Beefy is on a lap, so Broken Arrow is now the one in danger. Not too far closely followed by Energetics, who could be having an early bath in Division 2. Oh, have I lost my... I haven't lost my sound on for me, but there we go. Hopefully you guys have got the sound back. But no, I hadn't lost sound to myself. I've been hearing the engines all the time, so... As here we go. Cowboy has retired from the session, just very easily safe for this whole session. Coming into finish the wine gum complex, coming into aids 1 and 2. With inspiration off the first and second Les mode, but we just hate them slightly more, so we've decided to name them aids. But here we go, as Beefy goes around the corner and doesn't set a time, or was I just watching his outlap? I'm not too sure. I am going to quickly look, as I wasn't watching that. It didn't say he was on an outlap, so not too. As he is on a lap now, so maybe it was his outlap. And but I'm going to quickly look around. As Energetics has actually improved his time and has put himself up into P11. Just leaves Jonesy and Broken Arrow in a bit of the danger zone. Broken Arrow is not going to be improving his time, so he needs to hope that Beefy messes up big time. Getting bullied here, but Beefy is coming down Toby straight now, and we will be seeing after this horny hairpin of I think how well he is doing in terms of everyone else. Here we go, coming across, and we get nothing, so I would assume that's a pretty decent time, as he is our champion. I would expect him to be at least within the top 5 of these guys. But here we go. Coming around the corner. Finishing the wine gum section off and coming around aids 1 into aids 2. You really need to hook that one up. And coming around the corner, and he's going to go into P11, and that's going to knock out Broken Arrow. And Ryan Van Doom are both out of this session, and that's going to be that for qualifying numero uno. God's looking the quickest of the bunch, but I'm Sloth only 30 milliseconds off. Madden coming across the line and putting himself just above Maz, even with clipping the walls, so you can see Maz is pretty shit. But we are just waiting on Mushroom to come round. I'm not sure if he's setting a lap or... No, he's not. He's just coming into the pits now. But yeah. all night long, all night, all night. Thank you. Very good singing. This is what's going to keep me entertained. I might have to sing during the race. They call me the king of... I don't know, to be fair. Probably depression. Oh, la 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 la. As we do have God, so the quickest of qualifying one, but obviously that means nothing when it comes to Q3 because all the times are deleted. Just wondering if these guys are going to be able to hop into the 33s and really challenge what these Division 1 guys could do. As you can see, though, some of these guys are very much ready for the jump up to Division 1. As we will be seeing what these guys can do next season. Obviously, next season just around the corner. One more race after this for Division 2. And I tell you what, it's been a fucking cracker of a season. This will be should be my last race commenting. Commentating Division 2. I really just got stuck there, but we do have another 24 minutes of qualifying, which is a bit sad. I do like the races a bit more. Right, hopefully what we can see is Maz crash out early and then he can join me in the comms booth, because that would be really polite of him, as we do have the first driver of I'm Sloth. I'm going to be the first man out on track. He is on the mediums. As we did see actually last race, everyone in the side of the top 10 had to qualify on the softs. For Division 1. I'm just wondering if these guys are confident enough to get the mediums through. But he is just cutting a couple of corners here and there. As we will be having a shortened calendar next season. It is being confirmed now, only 14 races long. Going to be a bit more of a sprint, but obviously there is a little bit of a state of endurance to it, as you do have to get through your 14 races next season. It's coming down to a driver vote as well, so I do expect to see some very good turnouts, as these guys are choosing what tracks they want to have in the calendar next season and which ones they really don't want to see make a return. So we will be looking at in the coming weeks. You will be hearing a lot more. We have got a couple of things to do as well in the off season, so obviously stay tuned into the YouTube channel, because a lot more will be coming even in the off season. We will be uploading on the Thursday and the Saturday, so do keep your eyes out for that. Turn the little bell on if you are so inclined, but do hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, because obviously we like our drivers, but obviously we always want to get some more people just enjoying the racing, enjoying watching and listening to my soothing voice. I mean, it's not the best thing to listen to, but always helps. Because he does set a purple sector 1 magical by Sloth, and I have been seeing that helmet all over the place, the red and the grey, so I'm wondering if that was in the store very recently. It does look like I'm Sloth is going to be looking to set the benchmark of what everyone has to do today to get through. So I should probably put the fitted tyres on, because there we go. This is where it could get different. He's coming through the wine gum complex, another sector, purple sector for him, and he's going to be coming just finishing off wine gum sector, the pit entrance corner there, coming into aids numero uno, and not getting that very well at all, is he? And numero 2, and it's going to be a 35.8, which isn't too shabby at all, I would say, as we have got Gods coming across the line, and he may have invalidated at some point, but multi-barrier. Aravik now going on a pole position time. He's only a tenth quicker though, and he's on the soft compounded tyres. So we are going to sit on board now with Maz, as he's going to be the next one across the line apart from Mars, but I completely missed that. As Maz now goes the quickest. Maz is only up by 0.2 of a second on Sloth, but obviously he will be wanting to see himself go through into the next round. But we do have Aravik just cruising, letting everyone go through. As we do have CDM coming around the final corner now, and we're going to see what he can do. Cirrus Mustard just starting his lap as well. CDM going with 37.22. So realistically, everyone's making Sloth's time look incredible with a 35.8. You know what? Think about it, it's not a bad time at all, is it? Oh, we have got Gods coming across the line, I think, again for his second lap, I would assume. And Gods coming across the line. What's he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to go quicker than his teammate? Yes, he is. And quite considerably as well. 1.3 seconds quicker than Maz. As we do have a Red Bull now coming across the line. A Kurt Boy, he's coming across the line. What's he going to be able to do? Is he going to be even quicker? Yes, he is. So 34.6 a second quicker than Maz again. So Maz not looking the sharpest out of the lot, but obviously these guys are some of the quickest in the division. As we do, I'm just gonna have a look. Maz coming into the pits. The furthest ahead is Madden now, and here he's going to be looking to get himself inside that top 10. Obviously, quite a few of these guys are on the mediums, but it does look like they're going to be pressured back onto the softs because not looking too comfortable. It's quite a lot of these guys are on the soft compounder tyres. Energetics has not been able to set possibly a representative time yet, or he's just really struggling. But Madden now coming across the line. What's he going to be able to do? He goes into P4 with a 35.488 and 0.2 quicker than Maz. So Maz really getting shown up a little bit here, as Energetics has actually in it. Validating, he's the only person on the softs that isn't ahead of the medium runners, and these medium runners are going to have to come out on the softs again. It's just not going to work, is it? I'm Sloth is coming out of the pits now onto the mediums again. It seems like he's medium or nothing. General Gober is coming out onto the softs. Multi-Barrack, CDM, and Irish. A Mushroom looking like they've still got the soft compound tyre that's loaded up. As we've got DJ Death Dragon coming out onto the mediums, possibly not the best idea, but you know, each to their own. We do have Mushroom now getting out of the way, and will be, I think, is on his in lap. So we'll be seeing what he does. Mars is now retired from the session, thinking he's free. I would have thought so with that time, but obviously anything could happen in qualifying. As I'm Sloth is still out on his medium compound tyres. And here we go, again a massive wobble on there, DJ Death Dragon, and it's not I'm definitely having a glitch here because I think these people are on laps and they're not, and I haven't got the lap data. Getting a fairly decent exit there, obviously. Clipping that wall. I don't think he's going to be up on his time more than likely here. Just with a couple of things going wrong for him, but you never know. And I am very wrong. He's 2 temps up already with a purple sector 1. Sloth is looking untouchable, and I do think he's putting in a fine job for himself to be in that Division 1. Let's see next season. But it will be a randomised calendar next season as well, so it's not based on how these guys vote on which is the most popular to the least popular. It's going to be random, so they might get all their favourite ones at the end, or they might get their favourite ones at the start. We don't know, or they just could get them in the middle, but they will be random, as this season was. Just adds a bit to an already short calendar, and I'm just hoping we can get a bit more of a fight, maybe a very, very close championship battle. Obviously it's come down to one race. Well, it's not been dominated realistically, apart from with FIFA Beefy kind of walk in Division 2, but in terms of Division 1, Chapelele coming in halfway through the season and pushing Droftas all the way to the end. And obviously the addition of Blaze and Emerson as well has not made it easy for Droftas as well. As Blaze and Droftas, Emerson will also be here next season, so I'm very much looking forward to that next season. And who, if Droftas can defend his crown for next season, as Dan Murphy was not able to do this season. Got a little fun fact given to me as well yesterday, is all the VIL has only been won by people with the name Dan, so I'm just wondering if anyone can beat that next season. Or I might try and find Danny Moreno or Daniel Beresne to see if they can come in and give Chapelele a bit of a run for his money. I don't think I'll be getting them in anytime soon. He is going to come through this next part, and I don't. Yeah, so I completely forgot what went wrong for Sloth realistically there, but actually nothing. He's already set his time. I was completely distracted. He's up into P5, looking absolutely rapid. We have got FIFA Beefy on his lap as well, and he's on the medium compound tyres, so maybe he's got the confidence that he's going to be able to get himself through, and he's going to have to at least do a 35 something to be able to even think about going through this. Here we go. It's going to be a 35, a late 30, 36, and he's not going to go through, it looks like. There's multi-barracks out on these soft compounder tyres, and FIFA Beefy's not going to get around again. So it does look like his qualifying could be over. As Mushroom does a purple sector too, and it's not looking good for FIFA Beefy as Mushroom's coming through the wine gum section, and maybe he's starting to find his rhythm around this track. He's been very lackluster the last half an hour or so, but maybe it's taken him that long to find his form and to maybe find his feet on this track. It isn't the easiest one to hook up, but here we go. Mushroom going into P3 and knocking FIFA Beefy out of qualifying. As FIFA Beefy actually goes down into P12, and General Gobert will also be out of the session as well, because he's not going to be setting another time because he's still in the pits. Multi-Barrack is going to be able to possibly put DJ Death Dragon into the danger zone as he's back out on the medium compound tires, and I'm not sure if he's on a lap. No, he's not. So he's got a bit of worrying to do because Multi Barrett could be putting him out of this session. And that is the last thing, and it does look like Multi Barrett's done a purple sector 1, and as long as he keeps this going, he's going to be putting DJ Death Dragon into the drop zone and ending his evening as he has just done a bit of a power slide. Wrong country, Multi. We're not in Tokyo, we're not in Japan, we're in Vietnam, so don't know if they do Vietnamese drifting, but obviously he's putting on a bit of a show on his qualifying lap, pushing to the absolute limits, isn't he? Going around Horny Hairpin, getting that nicely done. We are going to be seeing how much he's up on his time now, if it's going to be enough, and he is up by a second now. That is going to be enough as it stands to get him through, but obviously his soft compound tyres really work their magic around this area in the wine gum section because of the amount of grip they have. Coming through the wine gum section, coming into AIDS 1, and it does look like he is going to knock out DJ Death Dragon. There's not much that he can do about it realistically, and Multi Barrett coming across the line, and he's going to go to P2. That's an incredible time by him, and DJ Death Dragon is out of the session, and that is the end of qualifying 2. Oh. As I will walk you through, and then at the start of Q3 I'll put you on board with someone, and then I'm going to quickly go to the toilet so I don't miss anything else. As we have lost DJ Death Dragon, Gobert, FIFA Beefy, CDM, and Energetics. Some of those are real quick drivers, and I will be looking to see them come through the field during this race. We'll be looking to get onto this. But the only person managing to get through on this medium compound tyres is I'm Sloth, and he's going to have a real advantage now over these other guys when it comes to race time, because he is looking absolutely rapid, isn't he? Going into Q3, this is where it all matters, where absolutely every lap is just completely irrelevant really from what you've done now. It's all here in Q3. This is where realistically champions are made, kind of. This is where it gives you the best opportunity to win the race, doesn't it? If you mess up qualifying 3, it kind of puts you in a bit of a predicament to win the race, puts you out of it a little bit, but obviously you've got the exact same chances. Q1, well, as the person who's in Q3, obviously you don't want to be at the back of Q3 because it kind of puts you in a bit of a disadvantage. If you're going into Q3, it's a bit of a roulette, because if you make it in, then yeah, but you're starting on used tyres. As I am going to now go to the toilet. You are on board with Maz, and I will be right back. Right. And I am back. I did almost die trying to sit down, but I will just quickly switch us on board with the first man out on track, which is going to be Mars. And yeah, looking forward to it, to be honest. Seeing what everyone can do. Obviously, my favourite full pole is going to be Gods, looking very, very, very quick today. And I did really just hurt my knee. I've got myself an energy drink because I'm feeling very tired. But hopefully that livens me up for the race, where I hope there's going to be a lot of action. Also got myself some Skittles that I've just dropped absolutely everywhere, so that's going to be fun for me to clean up. But as of right now, we should probably focus on the race. Well, in qualifying. And it's looking like Mars is going to be setting the banker time of a 1:34.7. Now, Ashvin's out of the session. I just missed what happened there by switching off of him, but he's out of the session. God's going with 34.5. Maz going with 35.0. That's the best he's done all session, but Ashvin is going to be at the back of the grid as the Kurt Boy does a 34.4. Yeah, and Ashvin will be starting P10 now. He's not going to be happy with himself at all, is he? Mushroom really messing up again, and he's just not hooking up these laps around here. Because Aravik is taking a bit of a doddle. Multi Barrack now coming around the corner. See what he's going to be able to do. Here he comes, coming around the corner. He's going to go into P2 with a 34.5, and Kurtboy's looking very, very good at the moment. As we've got I'm Sloth now coming around and finishing off the Winegum section. And then coming into aids 1 and 2, we'll see what he can do. He's just looked confident all race long, hasn't he? And that is probably the best I've seen hooked up today. It looks like he's probably going to put a pole. Yes, he is. By almost, 7/10 of a second, which is incredible, really. We don't actually have anyone on a lap now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get all these skills from out under my rig, because, you know, you don't particularly want them. And do you know what's great? I can't see them, so that'll be an after this race issue for future Toby. As I'm Sloth is cruising around, but obviously 6 minutes left. We're going to see them maybe cool off a little bit in the pits, and then yeah, go for their final runs. But at the moment, Sloth is looking absolutely dominant around here. Imagine still not exited the pits. He has now, though. Maybe looking for a bit more of a clear air moment, but he does look like he will be having the whole track to himself. He will only get the one run, it looks like, so a bit of a YOLO move, but what can you say? Where have my sweets gone? Here they are. I'm sure all the Viet Cong will also be coming to watch the live stream as well. You know, we're supporting the cause around Vietnam. I am wondering though if it is going to be a dry race. If there is a differential on some strategies, as there is a Renault going very slow, just parked up for his teammate. Madden has now started his lap. Aravik is coming round now, but Mars is now on his out lap, the same as Gods. Gods was looking very good, but obviously hasn't quite hooked it all up. What is it he would like? Sloth looking like almost an immovable object at the front there. But here we go, everyone's starting to start their final laps now. We will be seeing these times start to come in thick and fast, as we have got Maz now exiting the pits and going on his out lap for his final lap as well. Any more movement in the pits? Not really at the moment, but Madden is going to be the first man across the line for his lap. As Mushroom is also out on his out lap, going through the wine gum sector right now. As Madden's still in purple sector 1. No, sorry, sector 2. Now, I'm wondering, because I think he did quite well last time out. Putting himself in a fairly decent position, whether he's going to be able to look at getting that pole position time. As he is going to be coming through aids 1 and 2. And we will be seeing what he can do. Coming around now, and he goes into P7. Not necessarily exactly what he would like, maybe about a second and a half off the pole time, or the top 3, depending on what you would like to look at. But Mars now coming around the things, but he looks like he's backed off of his lap. So the next in line is going to be Gods. And I'm not sure if I can switch off him and on him. No, I can't see, but he has hit the wall. And I do think that'll probably be his lap or his pole position attempts gone. But he is still going for it. But I do not believe this will be a pole position time. And there you go. No, he was down on his time in the end. But that looks like it's going to be his qualifying almost over. But you never know. These guys do think ahead sometimes. But we do have Mushroom coming through the... Got very close to the wall there with Maz. I'm just going to see if he's up on his time coming through here. No, he's not. He's 2 tenths down. It looks like he's been struggling quite a little bit over this weekend. Mushroom only 16 seconds up. He needs to be at least 30. And he just hasn't got it hooked up, has he? Today, coming around the corner, and he's going to be going for a 36.5. And it's just not going to be good enough for anything better than P9. And so I'm just going to have a look. God, he isn't on another lap. Maybe has enough, but his teammate is coming around the horny hairpin right now. I know Maz is a bit of a has a thing for the horny hairpin, but you know that's for a later day. That is, because it does look like Sloth isn't going to be coming out of the pits, leaving it a bit dangerous. But I guess he could have a bit of confidence knowing that his 2 realistic competitors haven't been able to improve. Gods isn't going to be getting any better than a P5. Mars has gone into P2, so will Kurtboy be able to compete for that P1 position? Because this is going to be his last run as well. Just wondering if Mushroom's on a lap. No, he's not. He's just cruising. He's retired from this session as well. Luckily there's no one near him, or that would have caused a little bit of an issue. Multi-Barrack up on his time a little bit, only by 1,000th of a second. Coming around horny hairpin now, and we're just going to be seeing what he can do. Coming around this right-hander going into the wine gum sector, he's up by 22 milliseconds. This could possibly, if he does nail this and get a little bit more, maybe 2 temps, 1 or 2 temps up, he could be looking at the top 2 or 3. But I don't think a pole time's on for him at the moment. But here we go, coming into AIDS 1, and then going to be looking to set yourself up quite nicely onto AIDS 2, but the grip didn't look too great on the exit there. It's not going to be a pole time, but what's it going to be? It's going to be P4 at the best. He didn't actually do better. He ended up having a worse sector 3. But now we've got Maz down on his time. He's also messed it up, so maybe the racing points are a bit of bottle jobs. And I think that might be it. That is it for qualifying. I'm Sloth has got a pole position around Vietnam by 0.6 of a second, which really does show he should be in GP1 next season and will be in Division 1 next season based on that time there. Mars in P2, Kurtboy in P3, Multi-Barrick in P4, Gods P5, Maz P6, Madden in P7, Aravik in P8, Mushroom, and then Ashvin in P9 and 10. Not having the best of sessions, Mushroom today, really just scraping himself through each session. Well, not Q2. He did hook a lap up there, but he's not looked too comfortable around here. But that is going to be your order, your top 10 for, well, the race. I'm Sloth looking very, very convincing out in front. Makes a lot of sense. Mushroom saying he's never drove here before and winged a setup, so does make a lot of sense where maybe the pace has gone, but obviously no one really wants to race here if you can avoid it. Not the nicest of tracks, you wouldn't do it for fun. As we are going to be waiting for these guys to pick their setup, and then Jesus Christ, Zenachetics has just come in and absolutely spam the chat. But yeah, here we go. Going to be waiting 20 seconds now. We'll be taking you through the full grid order as it stands, but it does look very like we could be in for a good treat. Mushroom now saying he just wants to finish. And honestly, that's a good target. You'll probably end up getting points here. 18 drivers on the grid, and I will be taking you through this grid order then. So he's not letting me change my camera angle, so we'll be looking at it like, oh, now it is. So we've got Sloth on P1 in the Alfa Romeo. He's been absolutely repping for Beefy. I'm really almost carrying him for the rest of the way through this constructors, although Beefy did all the work for the other parts of the season. But Mars in P2 looking very strong, one of the best of the rest in that sense. Kurtboy in P3, Multi-Barrick in P4, improving all the time, this guy. Be very interesting to see if he ends up at maybe getting a pole position at some point. But Gods in P5, messing up Q3, not looking the greatest. Mad's very consistent with his times. Obviously not a fan of this track. Madden in P7, Aravik in P8, Mushroom in P9, Ashvin crashing out at Q3 in P10. And then we've got the first of the I guess 3 compound runners. And what I'm going to do is, there we go. We've got DJ Death Dragon, who's just been DSQ'd for contact with Aravik, I would assume. And there, he's not going to get a start. Goba in P12. These guys are all on the mediums. FIFA Beefy in P13, the championship winner of Season 2 of VIL Division 2. So massive congratulations to him. We haven't actually been able to congratulate him properly, but yeah, he is the winner of this season and will be moving up into Division 1 next season, so I'll be looking forward to what he can do. CDM in P14, Energetics in P15, Jonesy in P16, Broken Arrow in P17. Rounding off the grid is Ryan Van Doom in P18, and he has actually loaded up the hard compound tyres, and the only one to do so on the grid, so we'll see how that works for him. The interesting thing here is as well, Sloth starting on the medium compound tyres. Is he going to be able to hold the lead at the start of this race, or is he going to get jumped? But I've got a very nice view actually here. The haze coming off the floor. Obviously a lot of heat on this track at the moment, and you can definitely see that with the reflection of the cars. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. No, we don't, because they're not starting yet, and this game does hate us. And away we go. There we go. For our penultimate race of VIL Division 2, and it does look like Sloth's managed to hold on to it. Very well done. And it's been, Jesus Christ, there's raping in the background. Not the best. Something's happening back there, but Sloth's in P1. Mars is in P2, looking very good. Kurtboy's had a bit of an issue in P3, looking like he's got a bit wide, but God's now in P4. Multi-Barrack in P5, losing position, swapping those two around. But it's Madden in P6, Ashford and Beefy looking like he's trying to go through Goba, and those two are going to be going side by side into this mushroom, and there's been an incident with Maz, and he's been spun around. He's not going to be too happy with that. I'm not sure what driver. I would assume DJ Death Dragon was involved though, and there's been a full course caution, and that is a safety car out already. So what we're going to do is look on to the where are we? The details on positions changed. So we've got Mars, I'm Sloth, and Kurtboy all staying within the top 3. They got away quite nicely. God's making up one position into P4. Multi-Barrack losing that position and moving down into P5, so not doing too badly for that in that sense. Madden in P6, moving up a position. 3 positions up for Ashford, looking very good. 4 positions for Goba and FIFA Beefy. Goba getting the better of FIFA Beefy and managing to stay out ahead of him, as some of these guys have actually come in pitting already. It does look like there's a bit of a shopping window at the moment for these guys, as I can't really do anything, but the biggest loser realistically is Maz, and he's gonna not be too happy about the way this race got. Being rounded in the second mushroom, nothing his fault there, and is now ended up in the wall and has to get his front wing replaced. He's lucky there's been a full course caution though, and he has fitted the, I would think those would be the medium compound tyres, and they are. So he's fitted the mediums, and he will be going onto the softs at some point as well, I would assume. And he did tell me earlier he does expect a safety car, but I don't think he wanted it to be for him. As Mars has actually dropped himself down in P11. Maybe that pit stop wasn't exactly the most necessary thing, but obviously each their own. Multi-Barrack did the same, followed him in, and they are currently down to P11 and 12. I'll be seeing what they are actually doing, what their plan is, but yeah. because Ryan Van Doom has actually come off of the hard compound tyres now and he is on the mediums. So obviously he did have a bit of an issue at the start of this race. And obviously I wouldn't be surprised if we do see another safety car or VSC at some point in this race. As I'm just going to eat my Skittles while we wait for the safety car to come in, because at the moment nothing's happening. So, conversations. No, we're looking. Slov's kind of in the hot seat at the moment, looking very, very, very confident out in front. Kurtboy and Gods will be looking to make the jump on him though. As soon as the safety car does go in, I would assume that would be in this lap as well, as everyone has caught up to the back of the pack. I'm just going to have a look. There's no damage on any of these cars, is there? And the answer is no. So these guys now going round Horny Hairpin. It was probably the slowest they're ever going to do it. And safety car is in this lap, so I'm just wondering, how is Sloth going to do this safety car restart? Because he is on the harder compounded tyres to everyone else behind him up until P6 of Goba and FIFA Beefy, so he's got a bit of pressure on him. And he doesn't seem to be slowing this down as much as I thought he would, but maybe that might be better for him, as obviously he'd only have one person on his back, a Kurtboy, rather than everyone. And he can go as soon as he wants now. And it does look like he's going to go now. And do you know what? It's kind of flawless. He hasn't really let anyone beat him on traction. Madden has actually been the biggest loser, realistically. And it looks like the people are looking for moves. Energetic still warming up his tyres, going down this straight. DJ Death Dragon looking at the move on Gurman and not quite going for it, but Energetic's now moving through on Broken Arrow, and he's had a bit of a mare, almost making contact there with Mars. That would be a nightmare for Mars as well. Broken Arrow is under a lot of pressure now by these guys. Multi-Barrack looking to go through on Mars. He's going to be going side by side, and there we go. Mars being able to defend his position, but Multi-Barrack going for that switchback move, and does look like he's going to be able to make that stick, and he has made that stick. Multi-Barrack is through into P11, and Mars has lost out. As we do have, I am looking at these deltas, they are a lot better than yesterday. Mars is going to be looking to go back at Multi-Barrack and Aravik and Energetics, and Energetics is moving through on Aravik now. And Energetics seems to be have found his form a little bit there, and it looks like there's a bit of Mars and Multi-Barrack. Multi-Barrack still holding on to the position and keeping himself there, but Maz looking to go down the inside and not making it work on CDM, and that is that for now in terms of back there. In terms of the lead of the race, Kurtboy is looking very, very good, holding on to the back of I'm Sloth. If he can keep within 5/10 of Sloth, he has a very good chance of getting through when the DRS opens up into next lap. I am just having a look down the order, trying to keep my eye on what is happening. General Goba is looking very good onto the back of Ashfin. General Gobert is looking like he's possibly the quickest guy out on track right now. And here we go, General Gobert looking for any opportunities to get past these guys. He's just not able to, is he? And it does look like there could be some things happening, things unfolding here, and there's yellow flags here. General Gobert has survived it, but Madden is round. Madden's had a massive issue, and I don't know if he's collected anyone else, but that is his front wing completely gone. And I'm just going to have a look up the field because he's going to be falling down the order quite quickly as General Gobert goes up the inside of Ashvin, but Ashvin holds on to try and fight it back, and obviously Gobert getting through now on traction as Gobert had to go, and there's a full course safety car again. These guys aren't quite being able to get a racing underway, but Maz now getting through on CDM, and Jonesy and Mars actually having the issue there. Mars was, I think, possibly the victim of what has gone down. I'm not quite sure what's happened in terms of his race, but he has hit the wall again. CDM hit the wall as well under the safety car. He's going to have to come into the pits. Jonesy having to give that position back, and it looks like there's been a bit of a mess going on here, as it does look like Mars is going to have to double stack, but I mean, it's a safety car. He is at the back, so nothing really lost there. In terms of fee for B, he's up into P3. These guys are looking very, very good, the medium runners. Energetics finding himself up into P4. Maz up into P9 after pitting on the first lap. So obviously, the guys who got first lap incidents have been a bit saved here, but obviously anything can happen in this race. Is Mars definitely isn't too happy with Broken Arrow at the moment. Not quite sure, but we will be seeing that in the stewards later on, because obviously but Mars hasn't had exactly had the best run things recently, and we do know his real pace. So hopefully it doesn't let this incident get to him too much. Aravic has just seemingly lost a position on the straights, but obviously Kurt Boy now into P11. He's fallen down the order because he has to pit, doing the Raikkonen realistically, because everyone else is weaving. He's just driving in a straight line. But it does look like safety car will be in this lap. And that'll be an incident and keeping the stewards busy, as they don't get any breaks, do they? Especially not till the season ends. And the safety car is in this lap. And I wonder if Sloth is going to go for the same way as last time. Or if he's going to treat it slightly different. Obviously a different tyre user, different driver behind him this time, so... But obviously Beefy and Goba have had quite a nice little run of things, especially with these two safety cars. They've been pushed straight up to the front. And here we go. And he looks like he's doing the same thing, but it's not necessarily had the same effect. Well, it kind of has, but obviously green flag racing. I'm going to be going down this grid just to see if anything does happen. And it does look all normal, as Ryan Van Doom has had a bit of an issue, and there is yellow flags in sector 1, and that is Beefy round. Beefy's had an incident and maybe being a bit too well, I don't know. But we've got now DJ Death Dragon and Mushroom going side by side. Mushroom on the harder compounder tyres and trying to outbrake him going around the outside, and that's a brilliant move there. A little bit of contact there, but you know, it's not. I think that is a racing incident at the end of the day. Maz going down the inside of Broken Arrow and he making that move work as well. Maz moving up into P7, and yeah, not looking too bad. As we've now got Mars all over the back of CDM. CDM is, well, Mushroom's been re-overtaken as well. And CDM is going to make it through. And here we go, FIFA Beefy all over the back of... well, have I missed something? Because Jonesy's now been overtaken by Mazem. Or as we have got yellow flags. Ryan Van Doom has had an issue in. Broken Arrow has now falling down yet another position, and there's yellow flags again in sector 3 as there's another issue. Madden has had an issue. He's got a full red wing and he's going to be coming into the pits at the end of this. I am missing all the incidents, but I'm trying to keep on board with everything that's happening. Jonesy's gone into the pits now. Maz is now into P7. I wonder if there'll be team orders in terms of Gods and Maz, but Maz is all over the back now of Mushroom. We'll be looking to make that move very, very soon. He is on the harder compounder tyres. As Ashvin is all over the back as well of Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow under a lot of pressure, but Maz is all over the back of Mushroom. Mushroom defending very, very well. And Maz not being able to get past. I'm just wondering if he'll be able to get past on this straight. There's no moves going on, so we will stick on board with Maz. Maz is having a brilliant run here, and it does look like it's probably going to happen. CDM has had another issue. He's gone round and has fallen to the back of the pack. There's Ryan Van Doom and Madden have also made an extra pit stop as well. But here we go, Maz on Mushroom. Maz, it seems like he's just going to cruise by. Mushroom is going to keep it up the inside. Maz is going to have to go round the outside, being shoved onto the curb, and isn't going to be able to get the grip. And Mushroom is going to have defended that quite well, actually. And it does look like DJ Death Dragon had a bit of an issue and is falling quite a way off the back of these guys as well. As Gods is all over the back of Maz now. And will there be some team orders playing up there? As Gods is the closest man to... We've got the pink gang hunting down the Williams. As nothing is going to happen there. We've got nothing close enough to make a move. Ashvin is pretty close, but not close enough at the moment to Broken Arrow. Looking like he can't get through, but Gods is all over the back of Maz, and it looks like team orders have played a role, and Gods has gone through on Maz, and Gods is going to be now the one attacking room. As Mars has also played team orders, I would assume, and let well, the other way around. But Ashvin's finally got past Broken Arrow. Whether that's going to be a good thing though, because I think where is the I think that Broken Arrow will be getting the DRS as he's lagging a little bit. That's not the greatest, but God's now going through on Mushroom, overshooting a little bit, and Mushroom defending yet again from another driver. And it does look like Broken Arrow is going to be now overtaken by Kurtboy as it goes, and Kurtboy's going to go around the outside, and there we go. Kurtboy has made that. Now it's Mars on the back of Broken Arrow. Now Mars and Broken Arrow haven't got the best of friendships at the moment, as Mars isn't too happy with Broken Arrow. I am keeping an eye on the deltas at the front as well, but this is the one going on at the moment. Is Gobert is all over the back of I'm Sloth. But I don't think we'll be making a move too soon as of yet, but I will quickly switch on to them just in case anything special happens. Nothing's happening at the moment, as Gobert is defended quite well. This does look like, here we go, we might be getting a move going on here. As Gods and Mushroom are going side by side again, and Gods looks like he's got the better of Mushroom finally, and it looks like Mars is also going through on Broken Arrow, giving him the room that he needs. And it does look like Broken Arrow is going to get the better of him still though. And here we go, and he's had another issue with him going into the back of him. That is a racing incident at the end of the day though, and there's a three-way battle here now. And they're gonna go, are they going three wide into the hairpin? No, Maz decides better of it, but Gods and Mushroom again, but Mushroom getting the inside line again. It does seem to be working a treat for him, as Beefy has now gone through on Broken Arrow, and Aravik is going to be the next in the line to go through on this Mercedes driver. But Mars is looking like the only one who seems to be struggling to get past him, and I'm not quite sure why. But we do have I'm Sloth now into the pits, quite an early pit stop in terms of the actual race, but Mushroom holding the two racing points up very, very well. Completely fair, very hard racing though, as we will be seeing what Mushroom is pitting onto it, and it is the soft, so he's going to be going for the two stop. Sloth is, and Mushroom is going to be going around again, as Aravik is going through on Broken Arrow, and Broken Arrow messing up again. And it does look like Ryan Van Doon has retired from the session. Mars is going to be looking to make this move again. Hopefully he can get past, he thinks, but I don't think he's got the pace on him at the moment. So it does look like FIFA Beefy's the one close to be making a move at the moment. He's going to be wanting to make up a move with a mistake earlier, and he does look like he's got the run on the car in front. DJ Death Dragon looking like he could possibly making a move to God's now finally getting through on Mushroom, but Ashvin has overtaken Maz, and now Maz is second in the queue again, and Beefy's now made the move on Kurtboy, and has made that stick, and Kurtboy's actually got wing damage. I'm not sure where that's come from. Mars has finally got through on Broken Arrow. It's not going to be the happiest with him today, but the only thing you can do is submit incidents to the stewards report, and yeah, that's it. But Gobert is now coming into the pits, and Energetics leads this race. Of all people, Energetics leads this race. Man, used to be very used to leading races, but as of late hasn't been too used to it. As Gobert now coming onto the soft compound tyre, so he's also going to be doing the two-stop strategy. But Matt's going to be happy with, I would assume, points today, as Sloth is going to be coming out in front of Gobert, and wait, no, he's not. Gobert going to be coming out in front of Sloth, just about, and they're both going to be stuck behind Broken Arrow, and this is big for the race because, and there we go, Sloth getting that inside line, but Gobert wanted to go, and they're going to go 3 wide, are they, into this corner? Gobert getting through, and Sloth also going through there, both of them through on the same corner. And I tell you what, that's an assertive move there by I'm Sloth. I'm Sloth going to get that run as well on Gobert, and Madden having another issue, and yellow flags in sector 1 on turn 1. But Sloth now having the DRS opened up on and that is another retirement now. Madden has retired from the session. There's a bit of contact there from Sloth and Gobert. Sloth hitting the back of Gobert, but I do think they both got away with it without wing damage. I'm just wondering who's going to be coming into the pits next, and it is Energetics. Energetics has come into the pits and will be probably setting onto these medium, well, soft compounded tyres. And it does look like Ashvin's going to be looking to make the move on Mushroom as well, and he does look like he's got that done as well. So there we go. Now Maz has fallen off the back of them a little bit here, as Energetics has set on the soft compound tyres. There is yellow flags again, and that is that Mars. No, that's Aravik who's gone round, and he's at the back, and he's going to have to do a whole lap with a broken front wing on fairly fresh mediums, so he's not going to be happy about whatever the mistake he's just made. That's really going to set him back. Multi-Barrack also leading this race at the moment, but Gobert and Sloth also fighting for this race win. Kurtboy now the one they've got to get past. Kurtboy has got wing damage, so it shouldn't be too difficult for him to get past. Gobert has made light work, and look at that, Sloth just following straight away through. I tell you what, Sloth is just following. It's like Moses part in the Red Sea for him at the moment. I'm just wondering, is Sloth going to be saving ERS or what? But this is almost the closest thing that's going on at the moment. But the two Hasses are about to come into battle, and Jonesy is going to be coming past CDMJW, and it looks like that's going to be made quite easily. But as I say that, I'm Sloth has gone through on Gobert, and Gobert is now into a net P2 in this race, and I'm Sloth is in a net P1. Looking very, very good for them too, as Energetics is all over the back of CDM, trying to make that move, and has had a bit of contact, and has actually had to stop himself from spinning, losing quite a bit of time there. Mushroom now coming into the pits fairly early actually for a hard compound runner, but I guess he's going to be possibly going onto the medium compound tyres and not pitting again. Aravik has retired from the session, crashing out, and Mars again has had an issue as well. He's really not had the best of times today. He has actually come into the pits though, so maybe he's in a different position than I thought he would be, and I think he will be coming out possibly just in front of a Broken Arrow as well. Energetics picking himself up a 3-second time penalty, as I'm Sloth is going to be looking to go through on FIFA Beefy. Wonder if FIFA Beefy's going to be making this difficult for his teammate. It doesn't look like he probably will be. Obviously they are team. Championship is pretty much over in terms of constructors. Well, I think it is over now. Alfa Romeo have won it, but yeah, he has made this pretty easy. I wonder if he's going to battle Gobert as well, because obviously he does want to get his teammate the win over the Alpha Tauri driver. Now, Alpha Tauri driver does have wing damage actually, and that's going to do bits for Sloth as well. Sloth now has to navigate his way past Maz. Maz isn't always the easiest of clients to get past, as Sloth has now picked up himself a 3-second time penalty as well for corner cutting. I'm so glad I got a drink here, because it's all going on at the moment. 13 laps left of this race, and I tell you what, this isn't going bad at all. Sloth trying to get through on Maz, and it doesn't look like he's going to get it yet. Gobert coming into the pits, and that does make Sloth's life a hell of a lot easier. Maz is just not really fighting it all that much, and he's going to get it put down his inside on by FIFA Beefy, and he isn't going to be able to fight that either. And Maz down into P7 does also have to pit, but God's up into P2, and has got past DJ Death Dragon, and is doing very, very well in comparison to his teammate. Mars is now going through on... Is that Gobert coming? Yeah, Gobert just exiting the pits. Now, he's not going to be too happy about this because Mars has had an absolute mare of a race and he's come out behind him. So, I tell you what, he's got a lot of making up to do. Mars is getting very, very close to getting into a points finishing position as well. But he does need to look out for Broken Arrow, who is closing it up behind him. As it has all spread out a little bit at the moment. Actually, I say that there's a 4-tenth gap down here between Kurtboy and Broken Arrow. We do also have a bit of a battle going on with DJ Death Dragon. No, but this is the next overtake that will be happening, and there we go. Kurtboy is now through on Broken Arrow, and that is that done. Maz is now into the pits, and will be coming across, but Ashvin now putting it down the inside of DJ Death Dragon, and looking like he's got that move done quite easily. And that is that. Now, Maz getting out in front of General Go, but it does look like he's a bit stuck in that pit lane. Only just being released now. Very interesting, very slow pit stop it seemed like. Maybe he needed a wing change, but he is gonna more than likely come out last place. You know, he is going to come out, I think, if just in front of General Gobert. Now that's big for him because he's on the better tyres as well. So General Gobert not having the best of times either. That is the closest thing at the moment, and it does look like Maz is going to be looking to sorry, make that move, but Mushroom making the move on. Is it CDM as well, and Maz has also been overtaken by General Gobert, but General Gobert is going to have Maz having the ERS, well, the DRS on the next straight, and we'll probably just cruise straight back past him. And it looks like he's going to do it before the DRS, and there we go. Not really much he can do. So we do have a little bit of battle here. Kurtboy putting up the inside of CDM, and has sort of made that move work. And it hasn't made it work because CDM's got the thing there, but CDM lagging massively and hitting the wall, and luckily keeping out the way of everyone else and not collecting another driver, but CDM outbraking himself there and ending up going into the wall, giving himself wing damage. But Energetics now into P6. He's realistically doing quite well for himself. Now DJ Death Dragon is going to come out in front of ISRL Mushroom, I think. Yeah, there we go. He is out in front. As CDM has now retired from the race. He didn't have a very good one. Not ideal around here, but Multi-Barrack has now been passed by Gods, and Gods is on a charge at the moment and will be going for the one stop. Could technically pit now for the softs and go the rest of the way, and I do believe that's probably what he's looking at. This DJ Death Dragon as well is in a P8 position. The Sloth actually will need to pit again, so I do think Gods might be in a net P1. As Mars now is getting pushed wide, and there we go. Mushroom has made the move there. Multi-Barrack and Ashvin both coming into the pits, and Gods keeping on going. Gonna get that. Well, Beefy's now coming to the pits as well. To set on those soft compound tyres as well. So I'm just gonna have a look. There we go. And Mars not being able to realistically keep up with Mushroom, as Jonesy's now also in the pits. DJ Death Dragon moving up very nicely up into a sorry, P6 positions. Ashford just gets out in front of him. And DJ Death Dragon not being able to compete with that realistically. Matt's currently in a net P11. Looking very good for him at the moment. Could possibly get himself into a points paying position, but he does have to look for another little bit of battling, as DJ Death Dragon has got through on Ashvin now as well. I'm just wondering how long Sloth's tie is going to last now, and he's going to be putting back onto the soft compound tyres, so there is a 5-second gap between the net P1, and maybe it's not as easy as Sloth maybe thought it could have been, as Gods has done an absolute wonder for himself. As Kurtboy's now putting it down the inside of Mars, maybe not the best idea for himself, and Mars looking like he's the one to come out on top, but there is an absolute everything going on here. Is Beefy's now looking to go around the outside of Mushroom. Mushroom having a little bit of contact, being able to hold that. Now Kurtboy on the back of FIFA B, on the back of Mars, FIFA Beefy on the back of Kurtboy. We've got it all going on here. Sloth is now pitted as well, so he's going to be looking to go for the remaining 8 laps on these compounded tyres. Now Kurtboy having a bit of an issue, and they're looking to go side by side, and that's very, very close. Good leaving room there by Kurtboy. Could have ended very poorly for the both of them, and Energetics into the pits again. I'm not sure if that was necessarily necessary, but he's back up into a P6 position, so yes, it probably was, and he's come out very nicely with it. As it does look like Mushroom's had an issue as well, and Maz has now moved himself up into a P10 position. We'll be preying on these guys fighting a little bit more, and maybe some more mistakes coming. Where are we? Gods is just in a little world of his own at the moment. If I was him, I'd be suggesting pitting very, very soon, because whereas he's going to get caught up in some of these battling. I don't think these mediums are going to go to 21, and there you go. God's listening to my calls and coming into the pits right now. Multi-Barrack does look like he could actually be taking the net lead of this race, so I've been wrong twice now, and could take the net lead of this race, and he will take the net lead of this race, and he's actually had a worldie, as Jonesy isn't able to quite get past, as Multi-Barrack now moves in, and it does look like Gods may have had a front wing change. That may have harmed him a little bit in terms of, and he's not got to chase this win, rather than what we thought was going to be happening, but going to a P5 position, as Maz now is looking to get through. No, sorry, Mars is now looking to go through on Kurtboy. Kurtboy is just really, really struggling out there right now with that broken wing. Oh, sorry, no, he's fixed his wing. Mars has been the one overtaken, I would assume. That is a beautiful camera angle there. We can see both sides of the track. Ashford is slowly closing up to the back of the McLaren, and possibly will be looking to make a move, and he's going to be side by side coming into the braking zone, and Ashford again is making move after move, and it does look like he may have made this stick, but DJ Death Dragon has it all to fight for as well, but he can't fight that anymore, and Aravic now going up into P3. I'll tell you what, God's Multi-Barrack is in a very, very nice position now. He's got a 6-second gap now for that net P1. Ooh. Jonesy all over the back of Maz, and Maz has completely lost his front wing. I don't know what's happened to him there, but that is completely gone. and he's gonna have to pit again and possibly look at trying just to see the fastest lap, just to maybe nick a point away. But that is his points finishing gone completely now. That's a complete blowout for him. That's really unfortunate. But Mars again having another issue, and yeah, Maz's race not gone too well for him either. General Gobert going down the inside of Mushroom. These two are rapid drivers themselves, but again, they haven't had a good time. And Mushroom's gone into the wall now, and Mushroom's now out of the race. He's completely lost his wheel. A virtual safety car has been called, and I tell you who that's helped. That's helped Maz, because Maz is now going to come out in front of General Gobert and right behind Broken Arrow. But I'm sure Serious Mushroom probably won't be too happy with this race. And yeah, God, got a headache now. It's very difficult to commentate on your own, I'll tell you that. As we've got a little bit of freeway battle here for the wooden spoon, is Maz maybe going for a little bit of an audacious move up the inside, as they're now going to be going all over each other. Maz the first one in the train for Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow burning that ERS, but not being able to do anything with it. Now General Gobert going up the inside, and there we go, up the inside is General Gobert, and he is going to get through on him there. I did look like I got a message, but it doesn't look like it's come through, so I would read that if I could see it. As Multi-Barrack is actually slowly getting caught now by I'm Sloth. I'm Sloth is looking very, very good, as Mushroom has left the session. It's been a very unfortunate weekend for him. In terms of the race, not necessarily the best for some of these people as well, but can't really do too much about it in that sense. I'm Sloth now really looking to close up to the back of Multi-Barrack. He needs to get past and then draw out 3 seconds of a gap to get this win. It's a big ask, but if anyone can do it, it's Sloth, because he is the quickest on the track at the moment. And he is closing up rapidly now. Multi-Barrack probably feeling the pressure now of Sloth. Mushroom saying, what a shame, unlucky, but happy with his defence, but goddamn. Yeah, honestly, Mushroom, you had a brilliant race in terms of your defending. That was some amazing defending from you there. Honestly, look at the positives, really. As God looks like he's just ran into the back of DJ Death Dragon and is going to be looking to get the pass done. But I have almost missed Sloth going through onto the net lead. I do need to plug in my headset or it's going to die. Gods has lost a position now. Well, gained the position on DJ Death Dragon and will be chasing on them. I just do need to plug in my headset without taking it off, which is a bit of a difficulty, but I've done it now. This Multi-Barrack just needs to not lose a second a lap to Sloth. Oh, it's been draining, this one, but I mean, there's been a lot that's gone on. I'm trying to find the best bits. I tell you what, though, I'm glad it's not me on this track, because I feel like I'd definitely be struggling. Oh. Right. The gap we've got to keep an eye on, though, is Multi-Barrack and Sloth, because That's the winning one. Mushroom looking like he's doing enough at the moment to do this. Multi-Barrack really struggling for pace. It's just getting that 3 second now, isn't it? You can always get them outside the second quite easily, especially with Dirty Air, but Dirty Air tends to fall off about 1.5, so it's going to be difficult. But he is doing what he needs to do at the moment. Absolutely burning absolutely everything he's got. And I would assume Multi-Barrack doing the exact same. God's looking to go on the attack now as well. And that's the thing he's got to look out for now. Gods could be on for a win if he can get past Ashvin. As he's on really, really fresh tyres. There's only 8 temps in it now. I do think Sloth is going to be the one to take this win. The way it is going, because Gods can't seem to get past Ashvin, and I think he is on the pace. It does look like Gods is the only one who could possibly stop him. As Gods is actually coming round Ashvin now and just breezing by, and that's it, him up into P3. Now it's on, because if Gods can start outpacing, he does need to really put the foot down though. He's got a lap younger tyres. DJ Death Dragon now closing up to the back of Ashvin as well, and realistically this is a fight for the win. Multi-Barrack completely falling off the back of Sloth and really falling into the clutches of Gods at the moment, and Gods actually seems to be getting outpaced by Sloth as well, so Sloth is absolutely running. He's grabbed the baton and ran, because he's set 3 seconds and a half now. And he does look like he's in his element around here, realistically. As now God is within a second of Multi-Barrack, and Multi-Barrack is going to become in danger of losing his podium position, because not just Gods is behind him, he's got Ashvin behind him, then DJ Death Dragon not too far behind as well, so honestly this could be a bit of a tumble for Multi-Barrack in the final couple of laps. He really does need to start thinking about holding on for his absolute life now. And here we go. It does look like Multi-Barrack is going to get passed by Gods very, very soon. I don't think Gods is going to be able to pull that 2 second gap though. That's the thing. I don't think Multi-Barrack really has much left to fight with. And there we go. Now Gods has it all to do. 2 seconds in 2 laps. Can he do it? I'd assume the win is in sight for him, but obviously Twevitt, can he outpace Sloth? And at the moment he's lost time, but obviously he's only just got past, and will realistically be looking to just do his absolute best, won't he? As Multi-Barrack is now slowly going to become under pressure by Ashvin, possibly in the final lap of this race. There's 1 lap left. We are coming on to the penultimate. Well, we're on the final lap. We've done the penultimate lap, and Sloth has got a 2 second cushion between him and Gods. Now I feel like he really needs to mess up big time now to bottle this. There'll be two wins in 2 races. Could have been 3 for 3, but he did bottle it around Baku, and he has looked absolutely untouchable. Here we go, Ashvin lining up the move and Multi-Barrack, and Multi-Barrack is not going to be happy about the way this race has ended up going, because he's now falling down, and it does look like he's going to be losing the podium on the final lap of the race. It's so unfortunate for the Ferrari man, but there's nothing he can do. He's just a victim at this point. Ashvin has moved up into that podium position, and that is all she wrote, it looks like. And actually, no, that is... And it doesn't really look like there's much Multi-Barrack can do. He's not going to be... I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with the way it's gone, but Gore has actually retired from the session. Can I quickly get on board? And he does look like he's just lost it at the exit on the final lap of this race. And Multi-Barrack has... And there we go. Your race winner for the penultimate race of VIL Division 2 is I Am Sloth. Not driving like a sloth though, is he? 2 race wins in 2 races. Could have been 3 for 3, but ended up getting wing damage and getting P2. Now, Gods in P2. Ashvin moving up into P3 on the final lap of the race. Multi-Barrack unfortunately not making the podium, but on P4. Brilliant display from him. Very, very consistent. DJ Death Dragon in P5. FIFA Beefy managing to climb his way all the way up into P6. Energetics into P7. Brilliant show from him. Kurt Boy in P8. Jonesy P9. Mars is looking like he's going to be coming across the line in P10, the last points paying position. And then we have got the final 2 coming around, which will be Maz Broken Arrow. The 2 hats off for them not retiring from the race. I'm sure we'll have a couple of things to see in the stewards report tonight, but that's I guess what it is. But there we go. Maz coming across the line. We just have to wait 18 seconds or so for the last driver in Broken Arrow to come across the line in P12. Good job on him not retiring, because honestly, we would have lost a solid amount of drivers there, and we've lost a lot less than I thought we were. And well done to I'm Sloth, really, really showing what he's got, and really proving his point of why he should be in GP1 next season, or at least reserving for them. Energetics, the driver of the day. Very, very good drive from him. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more from him next season in Division 2. But we are back here next week with Bahrain, the final race of the season. We should be have Droftas commentating you next week. So the championship winner from Division 1 will be talking around that track. And yeah, you will be seeing me with Maz on Thursday evening for the final race of Division 1. Around Baku. So it's been good. I will see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.